Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We have arrived in the northern forest. It's a bit dark, a bit creepy here. But that is, well, sort of kind of our own doing. We did unleash the darkness. So, this episode we're gonna fix that. Gonna look for the Vaal Oversoul and defeat him. Because it turns out, even though we moved over a stone and made things dark, killing him is gonna fix that. Not gonna argue with that logic. Just not. Hello there, Tilsinger. Well, we do have some interesting leech going on. Mana is still a bit of an issue, but the life bulb stays nice and full. And we don't even have our big leech node yet. So after the last episode I went back to Act 1 and had a chat with Bestel to grab the skill point that we got from him for restoring the route back to the forest. And rather than investing it in the big life leech node, I actually got myself a strength node, which we'll need anyway to get the golem's blood for the life and for the regen. But the strength node, it was needed so I could shuffle some bits of gear around and basically improve the stats a little bit. Added a resistance ring, which ended up losing a little bit of life, but resistances are useful. And I dug up this little helmet, which, there's a lot of extra armor on it and there's also a bunch of extra evasion, but there's no resistances on it, so this ring is gonna compensate for that slightly. Also, you might notice that my sword looks a bit different. This is the latest MTX that the devs added. It's the steam powered sword, and technically this is the steam powered sword, but the axe feels really lonely if it's not red and shiny, so I added the awakening effect on top, which works for both weapons, and they're really nice and shiny, and even the regular old axe looks pretty special. So, by now you know me, I like my MTXs. This way you can see them in action before you decide if you want to buy them or not, because devs have a habit of just releasing one video for each MTX, which is better than just a static image. But it's usually less than 30 seconds of footage and of angles. So this way, you can always see it. And I just like to support the devs. So that's why I get the MTXs I can. A Jade Chopper, which is a low level, it's 200x. That's not gonna be relevant for us. Also, Degen Aura. Okay, get away from me. So when we hit level 23, we can equip the new helmet, and it has a nice 3-link with 2 green and a red, and that's going to be for our travel skills. So Whirling Blades, Leap Slam with a faster attacks linked in between. So both of our travel skills will move faster, because in the end it's the attack speed of your actual attack speed that determines how fast those movement skills trigger. Also, I don't have curse removal yet, do I? No, indeed, I don't. Okay, so these guys, they hurt. I definitely want to hit level 23 and get some lifesteal. Well, actually get a bunch of extra lifesteal. And get a bunch of extra armor. Since currently, we have a mishmash of low level equipment, and the armor portion of our current equipment is a bit low, and the helmet is gonna massively increase it, because we're gonna go from 100 armor to over 250 armor. And we're currently already reducing something like 20% of the average damage, so it's only gonna get better. And the evasion is gonna go up as well, so Mental Math suggests we're going to be about 40-45% reduction and evasion. So those are pretty solid numbers. Oh, and this being a level 22 area, me being 22, means we will get those levels pretty darn quickly. And there's the next waypoint. And we have enough space in the inventory to just keep going. And there is level 23. It's another milestone for Lacerate. Let's take care of this little Chaos Shooter problem. Right. So, what I was talking about. I picked up Strength because we want to go here after we complete the Leech. But for now, Vitality Void. Since we have a 0.4 and another 0.4 with Leech 0.8. Another 0.8 means we double our life leech. But our maximum life leech and our effective amount of increased life leech is also going to go up. So this is going to be pretty darn strong. So that's settled. Then we switch into our helmet. With Leap Slam, and let's put the faster attacks nicely in the middle there, and then we take that one off, put it back, so we don't walk around with the jar on our faces. So, and let's see, 42. Oh, that was close, like 40-45%. This is smack down in the middle. So this is going to be pretty darn good for sustaining a lot of the attacks, and we lost a little bit of the resistances, but no, 35-40%. That's not quite bad. And faster, Whirling Blades is faster, Leap Attack is faster. Everything is faster. Also there was a bit of accuracy on here, so that's gonna help as well. Let's see. You. Let's get in your face. Yeah, slide it down. So, ledges like these is why I take a take the Leap Slam. It's just leap. Yeah, it's actually Leap Slam. And the alternative would be something like a Flame Dash or the Lightning Warp, the teleporter, the actual teleporter skill. But no, Lightning Warp has a tremendously high spin up time. At least it feels like I have to wait for like a second or two. Flame Dash, it's a cast, so it acts slower. If you focus on it, then you can get it down to like 0.6 seconds or something along those lines. But it's still, you're standing there casting for 0.6 seconds before you actually move. And it only has 3 charges like traps do. The mechanics are really strongly based on how traps work. So yeah, Whirling Blades, it's just pretty nice, and Leap Slam on top of that, if you're using weapons anyway, it works. Hello there, Immortals. Who is the source of immortality? Oh, sorry, I killed your boss. They never even knew what hit. Or in reverse, I never really even knew what I hit. It might at some point become an issue if there's... if physical reflex become an issue, because we're gonna do a lot of physical damage. If his reflect becomes an issue, that's gonna get interesting, because we know the slashes, they hit quite a distance. That's only gonna get bigger. So we'll end up hitting more things. Ooh, Orb Scarring. This looks blocked. Okay, so then there's a bridge over there that we have to take. So far things are progressing pretty quickly. It's hard to imagine that this is only the, what is it, 5th episode of actual gameplay, and we're already gonna close Act 2. So, literally I've been getting faster and faster with every series, just based on just having a bit more experience with what to do and what not to do. And just doing some strategic gearing up in between episodes, that also helps. Now if you're playing this and you're gearing up properly, and then it takes a bit longer on the clock to actually do all of this. But yeah, I do those things so the episodes stay shorter. Also, Rustic Sash, why do I run by it? It's blue, that's useful. This one is white. It's also, those things are craftable and then you can use them to upgrade your weapons. And given that I'm dual wielding, I'm going to be upgrading a lot of weapons. So it's useful to pick up all the Rustic Sashes you can. But at least to keep like 5 or 6 in reserve. So you always have some for crafting purposes. That's a broad axe, one-handed, level 21. That might actually be an upgrade. Alright, down stop. I think we had quite some currency pickups. And then everything else just goes in the box. Box of sorting. This was a useful leveling item. Let's keep that. Also, we have 2 Navali coins, so let's hand those in. Ooh, cool. Single blacksmith whetstone upgrades something to 20 quality. This is very useful if you have rares or uniques that you want to upgrade. Unfortunately, this kicks in the next time I use a blacksmith or whetstone to enhance the quality of a weapon. So that's something to think about. Let's see, next one. You will read something written long ago. It's as far as prophecies go, it's slightly less interesting. Also, this was a 3 socket. Yeah, that was good. Just have to read a lore bit out in the world to get buried in wisdom scrolls, more or less. Which is actually rather useful, especially if it's your first character. Oh, seriously, we're almost a level. I'm gonna kill a couple more mobs, get the advantage of an extra level. And then of course, no mobs, right? Hello there, you guys. Okay, that's not rare, they just got a totem. Wow. It dinged anyway. So, final bit of Leech. Okay, so Leech wheel is done. Then the next goal is going to be Golem's Blood, and then we just follow the way down, and then we grab the Blade Barrier and by Dexterity. And this is going to be pretty good for our blocking. The left side here. Right side is going to be a pretty decent boon to our offensive capabilities, faster attacks and a more damage with the on and offhand. So this might make the offhand faster than the main hand, so we'll have to see how we balance the weapons. Let's see, and Cloth and Chain is gonna be pretty useful to grab afterwards as well, because this entire chain here, that's 18% to all resistances, and it's another 48% increased evasion and armor. So that really enhances the innate stats of all your armor pieces. Especially because we're using the Tabula Rasa, we kind of can use all the help we can get. Though we're at 40-40, that's pretty decent, especially this early in the game. So let's have some fun. So currently we leech 2%, we gain a little bit of extra life for every hit, 40% extra life leeched and mana leeched. So put the totem down just to make us attack faster. Then go. It's summoning, that's a very nice look. Okay, and then it's out. Okay, hello there. Okay. I don't like you when you shoot me. But you come. Bye bye. So that was the Vaal Oversoul. It's like taking a sword made of molten lava and slicing through butter. Only the butter fights back. That's a bit odd. Whalebone rapier, that's pretty low level. That's all low level stuff. Board plates, if we were actually into using body armors. I'm gonna see how far I can push the tabula, because now being able to use a 6-link for the main skill is pretty darn potent. Oh, and in the previous fight, the lightning attack hurts, but we're only resisting 35% of it. Oh, you. Go on, there's a unique over there that you can possess. Come on. Come on. Come on, Ghost. Come on. Get over there. Thank you. Thank you for cooperating. So, just clearing out the rubble. The rabble. Oh, actually I forgot I got vigilance here. It's our faster attack speed as a result of the Ancestral Protector. Does drain our mana quite a bit. Giant Life. Oh, that's the next tier. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cleavers. That doesn't require anything, does it? Just double checking. Oh, we are using a cleaver already, so this is not an upgrade. Hey, never mind. Let's move on. Oi. Hello, Clarissa. We are gonna look for Tolman for you. We had the lore prophecy. There's always a bit of graffiti down here that we can read for wisdom scrolls. But first, let's deal with all these guys. Ta 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 ta. So all the wisdom we would ever want. Might as well just ID everything to get that stack down. Let's see, we don't really have anything really special, right? No. Ooh, bubbling. That's insta heal. That is not a bad one to have this early on. Okay, cool. Let's move on. So, yeah, looking at the timer, I think we have enough time to get to the next waypoint, and then we'll tackle the crematorium next time. It depends a bit on how lucky we are with the map roll. After this, we're gonna portal back into town. Oh, that is the trick. Once you get in, you just instantly exit again and then use the portal to get over. That way you can empty. Let's see. Yeah, it's not bad with the resistances, but we're not playing pure evasion, so that's not okay. 15% increased movement speed. There's a bunch of life on here, there's some resistances on here. This is actually better boots than what we currently have, because I don't really care about the energy shield. So these we keep. Barbute helmet, we just got something way better. And we're not using blinders or alls this time. I do really like the claw as a weapon type, but that's more of a shadow thing. Also, why didn't I sell the wand? Interesting. A huge amount of extra physical damage, which you rarely actually need. Put this in for sorting, put that in for sorting. About half of that one back. And let's equip these boots. So it's gonna be 20 to upgrade it. Nah, boosting this by 20% is gonna get us another 6 armor. That's not worth it. So we're just gonna plug it in as it is, and then just take out the Vigilant Strike and that one. Reclaim empty access. Replace those. And oh, now the notice board. And put this back in with the leveling gear. Right. Empty, so we can move on. And all the skills are still where we were. And resistances have been boosted slightly. Dead end, that's very useful. This works pretty well. So now one of the interesting bits is that the more damage we do, the better we will be able to stay alive, due to getting a decent amount of leech. Currently DPS is 278. So 2%, 278. Roughly gonna be 5 life per hit. Doesn't sound like a lot just yet. So we need to hit 3 mobs to get our mana back. In sustained fights like this it works, but against a single boss it doesn't. Well, we do get 2 hits in against the boss, so we get 10 mana back for every 10, for every 15 we put in. We're still at 15, right? Yeah, we are. What's our passive mana regen? 6.5, so technically, even against a tougher boss, we will eventually be mana steady, because our mana pool is only going to get better, so the passive regen is only going to go up. We are already 6-linking, so our skill is not going to get a lot more expensive. Also, Perpetuous is over here. Hello there, you. Yeah, that was a bad trap. Okay, so mana was pretty stable, but if I had put the Ancestral Protector down, I would have attacked quite a bit faster, which would have been quite a bit more painful. Jagged Foil, we are using it, but what we have isn't overly special. It's just 41% increased physical damage, and it has 2 links. This is a 3 link, so rolling this one into a crafted version has a good chance of making it better. Especially because we get another chance at rolling an affix on it, or a suffix on it, yeah. Lightning resist is nice, but if you get something damage related, that's also very nice. Ooh, Hakuna Matata. Oh, that's one of the nice things. Now you just looking for something, and on the way there we find a Haku. So that's always good. 2 more points. I believe I forgot to talk to Navali to get more prophecies, but we can do that later for next episode. Oh, let's see. Take the spirit out. I can do that. Remember not to use movement skills. Ooh, Soaking Orb. A lot of Frost Novas here, but the damage doesn't seem overly bad. Especially not compared to leeching and regenerating. Very curious to see how this is going to interact with Stone Golem. Now, besides the massively boosted life regen, which is just going to be great in addition to all the leech we're already doing, it will also distract things, and hopefully it will clump enemies together. So the life leech seems to work wonders. And we found the exit. So the regen is pretty weak, but the moment we start chopping into things, life instantly refills to max. Which is a pretty good situation to have. Okay, so let's increase our life even further. So we're at 706 now. So up until this point we haven't really boosted our life by a lot. I think we're at like 20% increased life. So the 10% and another 10% from the 2 here. This is gonna be pretty big difference. Jacket foil, triple green, yeah, might as well take it. And we're getting close to the crematorium. Usually when you get to the rooftops, you're pretty close. Yeah. It remains pretty consistent. If we don't increase our attack power, our attack speed, then we are mana stable against single bosses. It's only when we add the totem that things get trickier. Just because we are consuming way more mana than we passively regenerate. So we either have to increase our damage to just compensate for it. If you leech more with every hit, you are good. Or increase our passive regen a little bit. But that's gonna be it for this episode. I think we did pretty good. We wrapped up Act 2, we made it to the crematorium, we even had a little errand for our coup. All in today's episode. So I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.